All right, Bruce with Targeted Wealth Creation. Back at ya on the weekend. All right, let's get into coin. Coin is actually looking pretty good, people. Let's talk about it. I didn't really track the news on MSTR, but it seems obvious to me somebody must be hitting them for having too good a premium again on BTC because I think they were down 9%, and we were down 6% in MSTY. And look at coin. Coin was down only less than 1%, 0.85, and we were down 1.07. So that's clearly an outperformance by Coney and Coin. Good job. All right, let's get into it. We had a pretty darn good week. I mean, look at this. This one seemed in jeopardy, right? We had closed at 224 the day before. And, it could have gone up, it could have gone down. All it did was go from 224 down to 222. And that's right where we were. So the fund managers, that's still a good buy. They didn't know that it wasn't going to break above it. So they paid $1.35. And it wasn't, had it been 25,000 contracts, then it might have been a little more annoying that they didn't maybe play it better. But given that they sold it for 268, so they got about half. They got to keep half of the 562,800. They had to give back 279, so 48% of it or something. But look at this. Look at the bulk. By far sold for 3.4, and they paid 3 pennies because that was up at 237.50. It was never really in jeopardy. So look at that money. We spent 77,000, but we kept 8,672,000 out of 8,749,000 we had collected. So awesome job. And then the new trades, right? So we rolled out of this, rolled into these new ones, and did a matching pair on the 1100 for the 260 synthetic. Let's go look at that, and we'll come back to this. Excuse me. Okay, so let's look here. And that put some money in our pockets. We went in and we bought 1,100 contracts. Again, when you're below the strike price, we're in the 222 range on a 260. And they bought the call, sold the put. Traditional going long on the synthetic. When they buy them back, they reverse that, like once in a while up here. So that put 4 million in the kitty and the synthetic kitty, right? So overall, we collected about 12 million, which the share count went up 800,000 shares. So that 12 million had to be distributed over 31 million shares. Had that been a Misty, they're still at 10 million shares. So big difference. But still, it's looking pretty good. It took us from 20 to 24 here. So very positive. Let's go back and look at the details on the June tab going across. The other thing to tell you is the share count, right? There's 800,000 shares, which is, 2.6% of the base. And based on a few people that told me they were moving from Misty to Coney this month, and I was the guy who kind of led the charge going from Coney to Misty last month. So I haven't made up my mind. I think they're, Misty's been and Mister's been more beat up and hasn't had as good a month, but we'll see. So here's the fair value. 2038 is where the close was, and fair value is 2041. So coming in, and here's really the history of our synthetic when you look at this, right? At 102, with a small move, it doesn't move much, right? 224 to 222, 98 million loss, 102 million loss. It had been a 123, it had been a 104. So, again, they can make that up. It's 3 weeks out from the Friday close. We're now into the weekend. So what I did is I created two different groups. On Misty, I broke them up completely. But this is just for these expired ones. And then I'll take them off, move these up, and it'll reflect this, right? This isn't far. You can see that, we collected 302 and we'd have to buy it back at 303. This one's about 6%. We sold it for 3 even, and now it closed at 3.2. But we got all week to get these. So we got 92.58. So because we captured, why is that showing 135 as a loss? That really shouldn't be a loss. Let me check that out. We should have sold that for 268. Where am I getting this number? June 49. Yeah, I should be showing the 268. Oh, yeah, you know what? I should be grabbing this number. Well, yeah, I see what I did there. I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. So we did better than that. We collected like 49% of that guy. But the point is the numbers all add up and they're correct over here in our totals. So there's the collected amount really should be using a different column. And this is now the net amount, right? So we had collected a little more like, 562, and then we had to give back the 283. So you can ignore that. So together, the weighted number is 92%. So we're looking good overall. Let's jump into what all's going on. We showed our weeklies. Let's see, anything else here? You see the share count, you see that. Yeah, those numbers jive, the 102. Let's look at payments because that's what you guys care about. All right, so as we move across, there's $2.63 totally collected and a loss of 26 cents on the short call. So I'm saying they're going to pay us $2, right? We didn't have much. We didn't even have a win and to speak of last month. So I'm saying they give us about 85% of this, right? Now we have a $100 million loss, but it seems to differ in these mature. So I would say absolutely flat out 150 plus. I'm going to go with 201 because especially if Misty's $2 or $1.80 or something, they're going to want one of their crypto funds to do really well. And it's interesting. They both could be $2, It's going to tell us a lot about Yieldmax and whether they want these high-flying funds to stay high-flying. I mean, they're not going to pay them $4 when they earned $1, but you can help out a little bit. Just like this 169 was a help out, right? So that's what I got. I got 201 with 118% yield, okay? So if you really wanted to get a yield down, then you could look at something like $1.70. Whoops. Oh, you got to put a period, Bruce, not a comma. All right. And that's 100% yield. But I'm going to go with my 201. It all depends, I think, on Misty. If Misty gets a $2 payout, maybe they make Coney a 170, and it was 169 last month. So it's nothing to sneeze at, especially, guys, on a stock that's $20, right? The current price is $20.38. So I think you can be assured of 150 all the way up to a low $2 payment. So that's what I got. I'm going to let you guys go. I got one more video on GDXY to put out this weekend morning. So you guys have a good weekend, whatever the day holds for you. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. All right, guys. See ya. Bye.